Rising interest rates, rising gas prices, rising food prices, all comes down to one thing: inflation, and what our government is trying to fight through raising interest rates. Hi, I'm Shawn DeLaat, and I'm here with DeLaat's Thoughts. And today we're going to talk about the new inflation numbers. So we were at 4%, and now we're at 3.8%. You think that might give some reprieve, and maybe the government may contemplate not raising the interest rate in October, but my gut still says yes. But to help understand this inflation at 3.8%, and what the government's doing with these rising interest rates to curb this inflation, and obviously, yes, inflation is going down, I want to bring another side to the coin to help make you understand why the government should stop raising the interest rates and maybe buck up, step up, and start doing something on their own. Because right now, the two major inflationary numbers are gas and our housing. Guess what? The government has control over this. They can work with the gas companies to reduce the gas costs or their taxes. By them continually raising interest rates and making our mortgage payments rise, especially for those on variables, and not only that, to mention those who are going to be looking at mortgage renewals in their near future, the government can give some reprieve to this by potentially lowering interest rates. All right? Now, I'm not an economist, and there's a lot of moving parts in this whole inflation, okay? But economists got their work cut out for them with this whole rigmarole we're going through. Not to mention, we come out of a pandemic where interest rates were dirt cheap. They were handing money out to people because they locked us in our houses. Naturally, there's going to be some fallout, okay? And I'm not saying that inflation isn't inflation. There is inflation going on. But I also feel the cost of living just went up no matter what, okay? The plate of food you're buying at the restaurant is more expensive. And I hate to tell you, it ain't going to be cheap again. That burger at Harvey's is more expensive, and Harvey's is not dropping their prices. At the end of the day, people lost a lot of money through COVID, and now these companies and big business want to make it all back, and they've set a new level of pricing. Cost of living's high, and that's not going to change, all right? But inflation can change, number one, by higher interest rates, number two, by government intervention. Not to mention, I hate to tell you, the actual goal where they want us to be is 2%. So 2% to 3.8%, that's 1.8%. There's still some work to do, all right? And naturally, the government's going to think, oh, hey, it should be interest rates, and they're going to raise the interest rates. But I feel they need to look at everything as a whole and understand what's going on and maybe see if a reprieve of the interest rates might solve some of this by making the house costs go down, and see what that does to everything. And again, these are my thoughts. Someone could look at me and say, Shawn, that's absolutely asinine. The only way to curb inflation is raise interest rates. All I'm saying is there is a lot of different things going on out there with the economy, with everything, supply chains. All these different things have an effect on the cost of our goods, okay? So, guys, my concern out there right now is that we may be battling inflation for the next decade, all right? Considering what we just came out of pandemic, all this stuff, inflation could be an issue for us over the next decade. So if you think rates are going to go down exponentially, that may not be the case. Rates, I think, will fluctuate for the next decade, sometimes going up, sometimes going down. The only future outlook we have right now is there is talk of the end of next year where rates may come down. I feel more confidently, no matter what, in 2025, rates will go down because of this. Joe Biden and Justin Trudeau have election years in 2025. And those guys are going to want those interest rates lower to have the economy buzzing so they look like heroes and may potentially get revoted or reelected. But that's 2025. What we're dealing with now is what we're dealing with now. And at the end of the day, until they get inflation to a satisfactory number of 2%, we are going to be dealing with raising interest rates. Hey guys, if you like what you hear and you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to DeLaat's Thoughts.